If you're watching right now and you're probably thinking of either quitting your 9 to 5 or maybe getting a 9 to 5, I think this video is for you. No, actually, I know that this video is for you. We've heard that common saying of 9 to 5 is a scam. Recently, someone was even saying 9 to 5 is a scam. You don't really work 9 to 5. You know, if you don't have your own business, yada, 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 and things like that. I'm not going to go into that. But then I want to share with you in this video why you should probably get that 9 to 5 or not quit that 9 to 5. I'm going to share with you why I have kept mine. Okay, so I'm going to start with why did I keep my 9 to 5, right? For about 2 years, from like 2021, yeah. I quitted my 9 to 5 in 2021. And the reason why I quitted was not because I didn't want to do 9 to 5 again. It was not because my business was even thriving. Far from that. My business was doing well at that time. But I quitted in 9 to 5 because 9 to 5 that I had was not only just demanding, and also it wasn't a place where I could really function, right? I was trying to get the role, I got into the role, then later so many other things came up and I couldn't remain there. So that was why I quit. So after I quit, I didn't apply for a 9 to 5 anymore. I just said, okay, let me just use the time that I'm using to like relax to build my business. So I just unintentionally started working on my business, building my business, showing up on social media, creating content and all of that. And then I landed my first, big client, $10,000 client. And that was when I'm like, okay, let me just focus on this business. Like, this business thing is working. But so I didn't quit my 9 to 5 because I was already making money. But yeah, if I had known better before now, what I would have done before now, maybe I would have probably stayed a little longer. I'm going to tell you why. It took me a lot of willpower. It took me a lot of sacrifice to be able to keep showing up until I landed that client, right? And I didn't have any exact formula in that moment that landed me that client. The client just came to me because I was showing up, right? So it was after the client came and I started, thinking back. Then I said that, all of these things that I was doing was leading me here. But I didn't have any plan. I didn't have any formula. I was just a young girl out of my mother's house, my father's house, and I was just squatting with friends in that moment. So I was just like, okay, I don't want to do this job anymore. This job is not convenient for me. And there were so many other factors, which was why I had left, right? So I left and I was still building my business. And I think another reason why I didn't bother about trying to look for a job was because I was getting like some side gigs where I was getting 5K, 10K a week or sometimes a month. And I was just using that to sustain myself. Now, after I got that, my business started thriving. And then 2022, I didn't get a day job. I just was working in my business. But so I wanted to now advance. Like, I want to learn more, get more certification and experience. So I applied for product school and it took me 1 year. And in 2023, after product school, I started asking myself questions. I'm like, so what do you really want to do? Do you just want to be here building your company, building your business? And is that what you want for your life? Yes, that's what I want. I want to build my business to a multi-million-dollar business. But again, and I asked myself, how are you going to learn the ropes if you just sit down here inside your business, you're the one making all the decisions? How are you going to learn the ropes? I'm like, okay. But aside my business, I also have personal dreams. I'm like, guy, you have to go for these dreams. And that was where it dawned on me that I needed to apply for an actual job and work my way from down up. Even though I didn't start from down with the job that I applied for, because I'm going to share. My business has also like rubbed off on me personally. So that also helped with the job that I applied, and I started for managerial role. So after product school in 2023, I said to myself that I was going to look for a job because of several reasons. One of the reasons is I want to learn the ropes of how corporate system works and how I can also incorporate that into my own business. I also want to build my career so that I can have like a track record in working in bigger organizations with bigger marketing funds so that I can get more experience. So that was the goal for me. Right. So I said I was going to do that. I tried to apply for a job, and while I was applying, I saw that the structure there was not even up to what I have in my own business. So I didn't continue with the role. Yeah, they employed me, but I didn't continue with the role. So they were interviewing me. I was also interviewing them in my mind. But that was not it. So then I got a client, and the client came in to work with me as DCC to launch and do stuff. After the whole launch, we finished the whole, launching and everything set up. They now asked, so what else do you do? Is it just launching you do? I'm like, oh, I do marketing, I do stuff. And that was how I got my first managerial role as a growth marketing manager. Yeah. So it came from my business actually. And because I already had that mindset that I wanted to get a job, I was like, okay, let's take up this run, take up this challenge. And it was the most challenging, time for me because I had to learn a lot. I had to unlearn so many things. Even though I was getting a salary, which I'm going to come to later, how helpful that salary was. I learned a lot. I was learned about not just structure for my own business, but even how to handle a team, set up a team, learned about the corporate world, and so many things actually helped me and has shaped how I run my business today as well. And let's come to salaries. During the time where I was working that role, I was getting consistent salary every month. So sometimes my business does not bring in revenue some months. I'm not even going to lie. There are some months that I will get like a revenue that will cover for 3-4 months. But there are some months that you will not get any revenue at all. So that consistent salary was something that I was using to keep up and also hold on. Guy, I have dreams. I have to also live baby girl life and also do things. And then I have people on my team that I also had to pay. So that in a way also kept me and sustained me. So even though I was building capacity, it also sustained me. And it stretched me, I'm not going to lie. I had to set up systems from scratch. I had to put a lot of the things that I've learned in product school into actual practice in that moment. I had first-hand experience running my own brand, but I was the one calling all the shots. But now there's somebody else calling the shots, and I had to come oh, we don't accept this idea. Oh, we don't approve this. Oh, this policy does not allow. So I learned a lot in that period of my life, right? Yeah, so I think that's one of the key reasons why I decided to have a 9-to-5, and my career has grown in the last 1 year plus, going back to corporate, having a day job, having a proper career. So before you think about, quitting your day job, you need to analyze certain things, right? Do you have something to sustain you right now? Because it's tough. It's not easy. I know people will say, oh, quit and go for your passion and go for the thing that you love. Yes, passion is good. You can do that. If you don't have perseverance, if you don't have willpower to strive, and if you don't have the right people around you that with the right mindset, you might even quit before you're ready, right? You get frustrated on some days, even up till now that I even have a day job sometimes. When my salary has not come and I'm not making money, I'm feeling so frustrated. But I have confidence that, okay, at the end of the month, there's something coming as bad as it bad. And I have people that I have to think about. I have my team. I'm like, I have to pay these guys, I have to always strive to see how I can make money. But because my day job is also there, I feel a little bit confident. And even though sometimes it makes me feel relaxed, I don't want to push myself because I'm like, oh, salary is coming. If bad as it bad, I'll pay my salary and everybody will move on. So sometimes it makes me feel that way, but there is sort of this, I would not say security, but for lack of a better word, I would say security. So if you're thinking of, going after your passion, you can do both. You can do both. It's difficult. Right now, I'm running my business, I'm doing my career, and I'm also doing other side gigs on the side that just helps me not only in terms of the financials, but also help me build myself, help me build my capacity. People ask me, Laura, how do you know so many things? It's because I'm involved in so many things. I'm always learning. I'm always putting myself out there. I was talking about building business structures the other day in my business. People were like, how did you do all of this? It's because I put myself out there. I put myself in situations where I have to delay gratification, right? To learn the ropes and see how things really work, right? I've been in situations where I had to collaborate with very difficult people, and it shaped my mindset. It shaped my perspective towards things and how I handle leadership and how I see being a leader. But just calling the shots in my own business, I'm the boss. Everybody will be like, oh, okay, but I have bosses and I have people that I have to report to, people that I have to collaborate with to make everything that we're doing in the brand a success. So that taught me a lot. And aside that, I've also, even aside my career and day job, I've also been volunteering. Even though I have my passion project, the things that I really love, that I really want to do, which I am pursuing. So what I'm trying to paint here is that you can have both. You don't have to leave one at the mercy of the other when you are struggling with one. No, you can do both of them. It will require more commitment, it will require more time, it will require more willpower. But the truth is that you can do both of them. You can have a day job, you can be following your passion, you can be running your business, and still be making an impact in the world at the end of the day. So you just need to really ask yourself, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to do, right? What is that thing that is most important to you? And where do you see yourself? So if you're able to understand where you see yourself, then you're asking yourself, how can I get to this place where I see myself? I see myself in a place where I would be working with like multinationals at the end of the day. But in order for me to get there, I cannot just sit down in my small business and just sit down there and say, oh, yes, I work with big clients in my business. But it is different because the funding, the marketing budget, the different thing, the campaigns I will be doing are only restricted to what I feel like is my reality. But working with these other companies, having a day job, a career, giving me like higher responsibility, just opens me more, breaks me into like a different realm that I may ordinarily not want to push myself, or I may not even see myself, being into. And so that's something that is very, so before you quit your 9 to 5, or before you consider whether you want a 9 to 5 or not, which I would even advise you to have, but it's okay. Everybody is not built for the 9 to 5 life. You can, put all of these things into consideration. Another key thing again that was also, maybe for me, that made me, stick to my 9 to 5 is because I look out for remote opportunities. I always say this, that if I want to do a 9 to 5 that require me to attend, to be there physically like all week, every time, probably have to pay me like 2x or 3x of what I'm making, the revenue I'm generating in my company every month. it's just an inside joke, but yeah. So look out for what you can still do a 9 to 5, and look out for opportunities that is convenient for you but still pushes you, right? So you don't have to always do it the normal way. You don't have to always look out for a 9 to 5 that requires you to be at the office all the time. There are so many opportunities, there are so many remote opportunities these days. So look at yourself and look at how you can really function well, and look out for those opportunities that gives you room for growth, gives you room to expand, gives you room to grow your network as well, and also your finances overall. So that's it from me. If you're still thinking about quitting your 9 to 5 after watching this video, then you are free to do so. But if you think that, well, I'm not trying to convince you, if you think that after watching this video you've had a change of mind, or you want to go back and reflect and then make a decision, then be my guest. So let me know if you found this video valuable, and also if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. And remember, don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe to the channel, because we share very valuable information and insight here about career, business, money, tech, marketing, and business growth overall.